Well, hey guys, and welcome again to Into the Night. Tonight I'm doing another product review from this. This is the Wuben L1 Everyday Carry Torch, but it's an interesting one because it's got a swivel head on it and also sort of two, like a spotlight and more of a spotlight and a floodlight. So anyway, we'll get it on the table, unbox, and I'll show you what's inside it. Okay, so here's what comes in the box. We've got a holster, we've got a lanyard here. We've got a few spare O-rings for the tail cap. We've got a USB-C to USB-C charging cable and some instructions. And here's the torch itself. So it has all the other Wuben products I've reviewed. The construction of the torch feels really good. This one here's got some really nice knurling on the back here. But here's this, it's got this swivel head. So you can swivel it between either. There's your floodlight and your thrower light there, or you can have the thrower off the side and the floodlight on the end. And you can actually have them both turned on together, although they'll only work while the floodlight's on. That will only cycle through low and medium brightness. It won't go to turbo. So we've got a USB-C charging port in the side here, and when it comes when you're charging, that light, little LED light there, will be red and it'll go solid blue when it's charged. So there's a little pocket clip on here which is quite tight, so it's definitely not going to slip off if you get it on, but it's also a bit hard to get on your pocket too. So you've got a magnetic tail cap on the back there and your little lanyard holder there. And the magnet actually, you can pull the battery out with the magnet, but you've got this blue insulating film there. So the battery itself is a Wuben's. It's a 21700 battery, 4800 milliamp hour. So yeah, 3.7 volt battery, and you can see in there this gold contacts on the springs, and it's got springs each end. So it'll be a handy little work light, I reckon, because especially with the magnetic, you can sit it there and you can sort of angle it to whatever angle you want the light to go and shine it where it needs to. So then here on the back there's two buttons here. One's for the flood, and this one here is for the thrower, or the spotlight. And so that's my only niggle at it. It's sort of, you've got to remember which button does which, and if you switch them around, if you're used to having the flood on the side and then you switch it around to the flood on the end, it's just something you just got to get used to, and I'm not, because I haven't played with it a lot yet. But see, so you can have them both on together if you really want to put out a lot of light. I don't know why you would do that, but the option is there. So anyway, let's get it outside and I'll show you how it performs in the dark. Okay, so this is the Wuben L1. So that's the floodlight on the back there, just on low, and there's medium and high. There's your spotlight on low, so I can see that tree out there, and it's at 20 meters. There we go, and there's high, back to low. If I double click to turbo, it's actually not a bad little thrower. I can probably see down my shooting range, see the little tree out there at about 150 meters. It's a great little torch, and if you just want for a little work light, little floodlight, or walking around at night, that one there is just really good. It's a slightly warmer colour temperature. I think it's about 5000 Kelvin, so it's slightly warmer, a warmer white than what some other torches I use are, but it's not a bad little light for just walking around the yard, or you can stick it to something and you got light. It's magnetic. Stick it underneath, holds its own weight, no trouble at all. even just stick it on there, and you can pivot that beam. See that the whole head rotates, and then the floodlight is actually pointing forward. So if you don't want the light shining at a 90 degree, you just rotate the head around and you got the light where you want it then. So for some reason, if you do happen to want both lights going at once, you can, but I don't see the point in that. That the thrower light, so now you can probably make out that row down the thing. If I zoom in a bit, there's a kangaroo down there at probably nearly 100 metres. So it's not too bad a little torch to be able to see a row at 100 metres. There's my target down there at probably 130 metres from here. So yeah, quite happy with the way it's performing. Okay, I'm just going to wrap up my final thoughts with this Wuben L1 torch. It's been a terrific little torch. I've been enjoying using it. The finish is really good. It's really nice to use. I like how you can swivel the two lights to have either one either at 90 degrees or facing straight ahead. And yeah, but one thing you have to be mindful of, these buttons, they press and turn on very easily. And so one thing you can do is, if you don't want to bump them on and have them turn on accidentally on your belt or whatever, just loosen that tail cap, not even a quarter of a turn, and that just locks it right out. So you just have to remember then to tighten it up before you can actually turn it on. But one thing I sort of don't like about it is the pocket clip. It seems when it's on there, it's really hard to get off when you get it on. But when it's on there and you want to put it in your case, I'll just come here just a bit closer and show you. You really got to lift that out, because it's got a lot of pressure against the body of the torch. So there you go, I'm bumping it on, and so that's okay to wear it like that. But sometimes you put it in and it hooks underneath that little section there. But if you try and put the pocket clip inside now I'm turning it on again, loosen that off a bit. If you put that pocket clip down, it's a bit awkward to get in. It still works, but it's just a bit awkward to use. The case is a really nice case, but that pocket clip just makes it a bit awkward. But if you take it off, then you lose the option of being able to, say, stick it on your shirt. So even that there, it's caught in my pocket, just sticking it to that far. So like, it's a really firm gripping pocket clip, but it's just, I find it's sort of just the shape of it is a bit awkward to use, and also to use the light while the pocket clip's on there, it's a bit awkward, because like, if you got it stuck on that way with the floodlight shining, it'll be shining towards you. If you want it out there, then it's sort of in the way of the button, and so you got to reach over the top of the pocket clip. So I think I'd find myself most of the time just pulling the pocket clip off and going with it like that. I love that it's got a magnet in there, holds its own weight, no trouble at all, and you can use your torch and see what you're doing. You rotate it wherever, or rotate the head to go forwards, and just even to get it a funny, slight different angles or something if you wanted it at a, say, a 40, shining at a 45. So anyway, thanks Wuben for sending this torch out. It's going to be a pretty useful little torch, and I can definitely recommend it. So I'll leave some links in the description below if you want to go and check them out. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next video.